Oops. I'm the Red. This is Hollywood Animal. And last we left off, I'm pretty sure it was last episode, we had a little time warp situation where the game kind of locked up and the only real choice was to load a save. So we actually made a little further than where we are now, but there's no getting that back. At least not directly. So let's just continue on. We're gonna keep pushing forward so long as we can, so long as it's possible to do so. This is a space movie. There is no way any of this gets put on location. So Cornelius, you can film it. Malo. Wait, Bob Gray is a recurring role? I guess he is. I think I didn't include that last time. So, oh wait, now he's no longer on the list. Is he working? We're gonna find out. And if he is, he's going to get recast. His role's going to get recast. Villain's right hand. Oh, he's just on a... he just needs an inducement. Holy! You need $1 million nearly. For the one movie. Fine. Okay, whatever. Our producer, Dewey. You're gonna be at least one of them. We're gonna look at a second one. Terry. You're both 46 at least, so I'm happy to go with that. This is action, adventure, comedy. I'm gonna give it to Roy. Here, we need our serial killer. I'm gonna go Salvador. I don't care how you feel about the movie. I'm gonna do the job I give you. Our key witness. Irene played the first victim last time, so I'm gonna skip giving it to her and go Alma. And our rival can be Frederick here. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna let a little bit of time tick along. Hush money. This was an upgrade that we had gotten, and I don't remember which direction we were going next. Hospice visits, real easy to get done, so I'm gonna give that a thing. Bob Gray is now known for action. Mortal Soul 3% of 5,000 is 150. I'm gonna give you a couple hundred screenings. A couple hundred, not a couple thousand. I think I put the inflection in there weirdly, but yeah. To serve your nation. Yes, this was the film that was supposed to be this is 1,200 becomes 20 for, let me give you 5,000 screenings a week, just to cover any potential jump in activity. Yes, this was the film that was largely for the artists. Which, it's funny because it didn't turn out that artistic. I don't know what ate all of its artistic endeavors. You're 0%. You're going to end distribution. I'm going to perform analytics on this one, but not that one. It was a double feature. Right-hand mans are stale. And we have music again. Free Heart of a Young Lady. We're gonna put security guard on this. You could take a second unit. The Wizard War. Wow, you just plummeted. I thought the point of trash was that they retained viewers. But this one just plummeted. And as said, it was for children. Okay, Tudor Island 2, you're getting our best people. And if we check our thing here, I'm guessing this will tick when this movie goes when it finishes viewing. Okay, Brenda, Jacqueline, all of you are gaining skills. Have finished doing so. Brenda wants a raise. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to the master class. Brenda. I'm gonna check our wrong department. I mean, Elizabeth Barry here. You're melancholic. But you're capped at 9 stars. You're quality. And Nellie here. You're lustful and kind of indifferent. I'm gonna pick up both of you. And then for our own editors, Bobby, I'm gonna fire. I mean, you only want 2,000. Well, hold on. There's no reason to keep you. Emma, I'm keeping out of nostalgia, and because we're still able to pay her. You're asking 2,000. Brenda asked for a raise, but her skill warrants it. You're asking for nothing. You we just hired. So I'm gonna go to our film school here. I'm going to check our editors. Nelly, go ahead, take a class. And then we're going to go back to considering hiring composers. You're a misogynist, so you're not getting hired. I'm not seeing anyone that has a cap of 9 or 10 here. Actually, Lonnie James here. You're racist, so you're not getting hired. I mean, Lonnie, and I look at our current composers. You're asking 4,000. As are you. You're a Pollux Award winning, so I'm gonna go master class composers. Lonnie, you're gonna be in school for quite a while. Cinematographers. Jesse, why don't you just take a short class? Our producers. No one's free here. I'm not going to worry about you because you are up to that range. Edwin. Okay, so Terry is capped at 7. I'm gonna have I'm looking at whether or not we have anyone. Arthur's our only actor I see, and then Bobby there, who are, I mean, Franklin's 6.8 out of 7. I'm gonna give, a few of our actors just a class. And as for projects, do we have movies that take 2 to 3 men? And that's it. Looking at 5 men there. 1, 2. Misted Spacesuit. This is, again, I think we also put this one in. And I was thinking about renaming it, or I did rename it. Go ahead and take a sound stage. You don't really care whether or not we shoot on soundstage or location, so I've picked the highest stars here, defaulting to soundstage. Medieval town, yeah, soundstage. I can't slow that, or I can't speed that up anymore. Why would I want to slow it down? Our filming, we're going with the blue turn vivid, going to frame tone cures. Extras, props, crew, all of that can be great. For producer, Bruce, yeah, you're with us till 46. Kevin till 48. For director... Mostly a romance, actually. Which... Lewis. That's for you. We need someone to play a hardened cynic. And someone to play a square enforcer. And... Misted spacesuit. Protagonist pull, highly festive. Bags pulled back in, big battle scene. Prison break. Once a long time ago. One night a long time ago. Let's stamp this. I just don't know what to name that. That seems like such a weird movie. Oh, we need to put something into... I've missed our release window already. Although we can repair it by just having someone else. Second line. Actually, the little girl. Yeah, let's have this be our next film coming out. And we went with this poster. Coming here, our printing, we're going to use Hesperia because we need to. I want you to start with 20,000, 16, 14, 12. Apply that. And then yes, because you are trash, we can advertise for much shorter. Okay. Adults. That's adult men, adult women. Women. I'm gonna go billboards and sorry, women in velvet gloss, not spark, and then Pierre Zola. Glad I caught that. And then you are going to be a double feature. We're going to the original, The Heartless and the Hero. And then open hours. This Mortal Soul and distribution. Let's just send that to archive. You got an A- at the Kino mark. Multiple. Oh, the Bone Grinder gave us 5 stars for this. If you're a man, a woman's naked body shouldn't stir any emotion in you aside from approval. If you find naked women unattractive, you're most likely a Hollywood producer has reduced the relations between the sexes to timid antics. The film is a hurting blow against the established dogmas. Sword of Christ, a film that draw your soul in sin, scatter satanic seed in your mind, in which the ivy of fornication and sin will grow. Mark well. The ivy's deadly thorns. Okay, well. This reviewed well. I think I reviewed much more poorly in previous things. Ironically, the people who are in it are out at war. So, if it gets any awards, they won't be receiving them. Okay, so you're going a quarter of 12 is 3,000. I go set up. I'll give you 4,500 this day, 5,000 here, and then continuing on. The rat quarter is saying 14% of 5,000 is 750. I'm gonna give you 8,000. I'm gonna give you 700 screenings, and then 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And I'm gonna say second line. None of these things are gonna go stale. So this was a Civil War romance. Well, it's horror mostly. Huh. I like the coloring in this one. You get slotted in here. 18, 16, 14, 12. Irvine's gonna print it for us. You start here. I'm not gonna give you any more than that. So, men and young men. Piazzolla newspapers and the radio. Yes, and it was here last time that we entered had our error. Herman Watson dies. I'm gonna select do nothing for now. Okay. This is not a movie that I think is going to be great anyway, so I'm gonna select a replacement. And we're gonna give this to Jasper Henry. And I think we're past where the bug happened now. Because it was... Oh, I can't even remember the director's name. I was so focused on things that I wasn't even paying attention to his... Like, I wasn't... Normally I try to immerse myself a little and get a little sad about, you know... We had a guy die on set. The director died on set. That's a little bit of a weird accident, actually, now that I think about it. Because it implied that he died from an accident on set. I don't know if I caught whether or not it said exactly how he died. Like a lot of the times it says, you know, illness. They die of illness. Or, was he the one that died of old age? Whatever. You're not gonna get a second unit. You don't need it. Letters from the front was our Dupler Tech movie. Okay. You want a contract for 3 million. A little less than 3 million. That's fine. Peter, Peter, you think. You have... No. If I go here, I go... Yeah. You refuse to work. Also, shouldn't his contract have been a lot longer than that? Maurice, finish this. And I gotta start project. Water kills twice. Weren't we supposed to have a couple of scripts that we were writing specifically? Did those... Okay, we had 2 scripts that we wrote. In addition to letters from the front, we had 2 scripts that we wrote that were specifically for the Doppler, the Doppler. And I'm wondering if they did not get eaten by our by that bug that we had. Because I'm not... this is not what I thought it was. Well... Yeah, synopses. They're not in here. I mean... Water kills twice can be one of them. If I go... Engineering, technology, the Doppler compact, one film set in World War II, it'll have 50% action. That'll be letters from the front. If I check Doppler compact, 50% action, World War II. So I'm going to go ahead and check our released films for this. We could make an action movie here. Yeah, because we're supposed to have a movie called The Witch War that I wrote. Okay. So it did that bug. I didn't pay attention to what all got eaten by the bug, what all we lost. The Silver Witch. Sir Eddington. Lady Rouge. I think I spelled that correctly. You are the villain's right hand. And John. Uh the wise man uh I'm I'm just trying to come up with a name off the top of my head, and I'm terrible at this. Vise? The wise man Vise? It sounds a little comedic. I don't remember if this was a comedy though. You're the Witch War now. That's a sequel. Yeah, it was a comedy. I'm gonna drop the cursed deal. We're gonna drop the evil exposed. Uh, we're going to go with everybody learns a lesson. Specifically, I'm looking for it. A magical lesson. If I look at the characters here, none of you are actors that I'm afraid are going to be stuck in some other role. So I'm wondering about, yeah, I'm gonna drop the villain's right hand. Purely because it's I don't know why I can't think of the words. It was stale. There we are. Those are the words. That's the words I was looking for. Edwin, you can write this. And I'm gonna go. Was that action enough? Was there enough? There was not enough action in that. Okay, so I'm going to go. We're going to go to the story workshop. We're gonna create a new action comedy, right? Or maybe it's action detective thriller, because I think our writer is a detective writer. What? No, it's an action comedy. We're gonna put it action, adventure, comedy. Let's put it on a tropical island. Our protagonist, accidental hero. Our antagonist, can be a war criminal. Supporting character, a mysterious guide. Let's get a worried wife in there. Maybe a femme fatale. Our finale will be family reunion. Gets, you know, back with the wife. The wife's worried the whole time while he's gone, and then goes back. We're going to go with let's make it some highbrow humor, actually. You know what? Let's contrast both highbrow and lowbrow humor. I think that might, you know, tank the score, but it's fine. It's fine. Some slapstick. Kick them while they're down. Vengeful spirit. Ooh. Go ahead and repeat. Treasure lost forever. Okay, Terry. I'm sorry, Terry, but like, unlike the editors, I'm not allowed to just go, hey, let's have as many as we want. So Terry, I'm looking down the list, seeing Ricky there. Terry, what kind of writer are you? You're a historical action writer. I mean, you're a Pollux award-winning writer. I don't want to get rid of you, but you're capped at 7 stars. What do you want a Pollux for? Yeah, you got a best screenplay. Like, you literally got a best screenplay. But I can't. I need, like, we need to do Ricky here. Oh, the thing is, Ricky is... Ooh, Cecile, you're a horror writer. Oh, drama romance, Roy. Do we have any drama writers? I mean, your historical action... I mean, we've got a bunch of romance writers. Okay, first, Terry. I'm sorry. You're great. I wish I didn't have to do this, but the game penalizes me if I don't. Cecile, what are you? You're unbiased. I really like that. And then if we scroll down to... Roy, you're a drug addict. So I think we are gonna go with... Okay, you are a misogynist, Ricky. So yeah, Cecile. Go ahead, come here. And you're in luck. Because... Oh. That is a way to end a movie. There we are. That's banned by the code. One of our directors came to us with that being a thing that he's known for in his movies, not in real life, or in the game. Which is great, because you saw how we took care of people that are known for that. Let us go... Henry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Both of you... No. We're gonna need... We actually don't need another... Now that I think about it, we don't need another action movie. We have one. I'm seeing a lot of women available right now. So... Okay, but the Witch War is going to come up, and Genevieve, at the very least, is needed for that. What I did see, and we're going to start project here, is this. Water kills twice. And it's capped quality, so I don't care about it so much. Let's get a cinematographer on it. Harry, you can learn. I'm going to say, I know you don't like shooting on sound stages, but let's just save the time. And then I have to click on all of these. 38 days, location being... the island being the longest thing. But I don't want to compromise the quality that much. You can at least shoot the island on location. Need a little bit of on-location shooting. Your tech is going to be the Doppler Compact. And yeah, use the frame tone pure. Switching back between, I'm just looking at the cost when I'm doing this, and it's like another 100,000 to use the other thing. It saves us time, sure, but that's only really in theory. Producers, Joe, you're with us until 47. And Vincent, I want you to finish whatever you're doing, the Green Beast, so that you can go into some training. So, Chester, you're with us until 46. Why don't you be the main guy, and then Joe with you. Our director... This is an action movie. Ernest, you're known for action. We need a daring adventure. And I'm gonna look here for... What was it that we were shooting a sequel to? It was trash. It was something trashy. What? Yeah, this is the stuff that worries me. I mean, this is a Gernstein Brothers movie that was out a while ago. We need a first victim and someone to play a robot. Okay, let me go pause this for a second. The Witch War, which means the movie that I'm thinking of is The Wizard War, which... Oh, Genevieve's not in that. I thought she was. It's Janice that I'm looking at. Janice and Jane and Arthur Gray. So... Patsy, you're known for action. Our robot can be played by Irene. And... if I wanted to hire someone here... Actually, Patrick, why are you not asking for... You know what? I'm not going to question it. I'm going to consider you a good find. Because we only have to pay you $500,000 for 5 years. There you are. The little girl and the heartless and the hero. Open hours is saying... Oh! If we get the artistic up high enough, up to 9, it falls very slowly. So... you're saying 50% of 10... So I want to give you like 6,000 screenings because of the potential bump. Little girl got a C at the Kingdom Mark. Film crew needs to learn basic film techniques. Although it seems more like these people didn't even finish grammar school. They should pass a law setting some basic educational requirements for people who want to make films. The Heartless and the Hero doesn't get re-reviewed. And we're spending nearly $1 million on promotions. Serve Your Nation is 17% of, let's call it 20% of 500, 1,000. Set up. We're gonna go 2,000 4,000, 2,000, something like that. The rat quarter, I mean, you can get whatever's left. Up to 1,000. And then Tudor Island's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a minute here to repair our buildings. Theater management. That's fine. Distribution. Marketing outreach. Yeah. Let's repair all of this stuff too. Scouts are faster. I'm gonna have you generate IP for us. I mean, it's 5 per month. That's 50 per year. That's nothing. So don't do it. I'm not worried about experience anymore now that we can train people. So yeah, locations. Find us some really good locations. Felix here. Kevin Fox. Thomas. Bunch of people have finished. Joe and Felix, go find us ideas. Bounty in the Stars. We already spent a ton of money on this. How so? Go ahead, get us a security officer. You don't need to worry about a second film crew. Take your time. The Squire's Tale. I'm gonna have sit for a second. Tudor Island 2 can be the next thing to come out. The post-production was not as good as it could be. It's women-led. This looks very much a lot like the first cover with a floating head. Oh. Yeah, we'll pick this one. I don't know why that was such an agonizing choice for me. 18, 16, 14, 12. I'll have Irvine print it. Start early. You're gonna finish advertising there. Women-led. Sorry. Women-led, velvet gloss. Newspapers, probably for older audiences. And then billboards. One night, long time ago. Start production on that. Let's give you security guard. Let's... yeah, let's give you a second crew. We got a lot of films in production right now. Headquarters. We can now take $6 million loans. Let's do 3-year loans. Our banquet is done, which means we want to hold a banquet. You're 4 weeks in. A third of 12 is 4,000, so we're going to set up distribution at 5,000. Second line. Oscar Gill, one of our cinematographer, wants to renew his contract. Nice and easy. Get the works. Get the contract. $2.25 million. Two-star movie. Bone Grinder's gonna get 1 though. Oh, Bone Grinder didn't even... No, Bone Grinder did give it 1. It is the one that gave it 1. A little over 2 stars. Last few reviews rolling in there were better than average. Open hours... Yeah, you got that week 6 bump. And now you're doing half of 6,000. So I'm going to set up distribution. 35, 3,000. I mean, if I was to extend another week, I mean, it may genuinely be worth it to run that advertising campaign as long as it'll go. Serve Your Nation is at 8% of 2,000, 10% 200, set up distribution. I'm gonna go 250. Just wasn't considered very artistic. Rat Quarter, yeah, you're at 0%. And distribution. We had you in there for quite a while. I want to check the performance analytics on... Ooh, that's a loud ching. The Witch War can get shelved. I'm not going to send it to a script doctor. It's trash. Like, the whole point is it's trash. I am gonna, however, tell the writer to go find me an idea. Water kills twice. Start production on this. Get me... Yeah, Keith, you can work on this one. We'll keep... What's his name? Henry? Homer. I keep calling him Henry, I think. We keep him in our back pocket. He never goes on film set duty. I'm going to take a moment here. We recently repaired all of this stuff here. But not our production stuff. When these all come off production... Yeah, the rec quarter here... Bobby at 36 is, I'm guessing, young to be criminal mastermind. Hold on. Okay, that looked like another bump there. This, it was a B- with young women, but they still fell. Oh, I guess men's B+. Okay, that does look right. Tell me who's right. Why? Oh, because this was the one where the director died, so we kind of... I didn't realize it was going to tank that hard. Ooh. That's brutal. Thomas... And any other person needs training? No. So Gene. Start post-production on that. Oh, and we need another film in. Might as well be the Squire's Tale. Yeah, this was one of the ones we wrote. It's fairly prototypical, genuine Middle Ages. So let's go with that poster. I guess it's getting released over Christmas. I don't think we have any horror movies on the block. 2018, 16, 14. Yeah, we can let this get pushed. So it faces off against Gernstein there. It's rated high enough that I'm going to straight advertise it all the way through the end. We're looking at an action movie primarily. I think this is going to be Spark, newspaper, radio, billboards. Older audiences and men. Advertising campaign's gonna be 1 in a third million. Jesse, you want to renew your contract? You're gonna... Hold on. How much are you gonna ask for? You're gonna... Dude, have more faith in yourself. 300,000? That's nothing. 10 stories. 10 element story scripts. This is it. This is the big time. New story elements every 3 months. Additional XP. Develop new story elements by category. Fresh takes. So what are we going to go with here? Cheaper script doctor. Develop story elements twice as fast. Yeah. That'll only take a year. I don't know how many story elements there actually are. But I'm going to start writing 10 element scripts. Adultery, not allowed by the code. Divorce, not allowed by the code. Herbert, I clicked someone else to repeat. I'm gonna have you repeat. We just have so much stuff in production. Melo now established as an ambitious woman, which is great because actually that harkens all the way back to Flat Bottom. Second line quarter is 3,000. So I'm gonna go 4,000 across the board here. Tudor Island 2. You're saying 11%. You want 500 screenings still. I'll give you 800 to start off with. And I'm going to drop to 500 for these weeks. Tudor Island 2, A at the Kingdom Mark, although the Bone Grinder's not going to like it. Utter trash, yeah. But otherwise, pretty good reviews. Didn't cost us that much. So open hours is saying at least 2,000, maybe 250. I'm gonna give 2,000 on this day. Serve your nations. We're at 0% here. Go ahead and give me an analytics on this. Luxurious banquets done. So let's hold a luxurious banquet. And search for the severed hand. I'm going to check the deep mines. I'm going to wait until we're closer to the day for that. Being the thing that's banned by the Alliance. The hypnotist dwarfs. Oh, wow. You're just going to drop off and no longer be qualified for the boutique boost. Search for the Severed Hand is a modern American detective movie with a mob war. We've got a femme fatale, and either a key witness or the rival. So Hazel is playing the rival while Thomas is playing the key witness. Who's the antagonist? Just Bobby Martin. Just Bobby Martin as a criminal mastermind. We can go here. I'm gonna consider 18, 16, 14, 12. Get it printed by Irvine. Apply that. They'll print it by Halloween or maybe the week after. You can get that. Okay, you want boys, so I'm gonna guess leaning men. Vera Pascal and the newspapers. And we're gonna put a little pause here. We'll come back next time. We our money, I'm no longer concerned about the money we lost. We're back in it. We recovered. And we're in 43. Tail end of 43, so we're going to get the Pollux coming up here. I'm going to see if we're going to... I do want to check, and I might as well do this now. '43. We did get Best Film. We didn't get Best Film the year before. And the sweep is 6, right? Or is it 7? We were 1 off in 43. So it's screenplay, actor, actress, cinematography, film, and then director. Nothing else, right? So did we already get our sweep here? Screenplay, actor, actress. Herman Watson unfortunately passed away. Cinematography and best film. Amber Hart was... Amber Hart was the one that clinched it for us, right? Screenplay, director, and film. The late, great Herman Watson. Nothing has gotten us as much money as Paid in Blood. Which I now feel bad, even worse for firing the writer that wrote it. Now I feel like, what Gernstein was doing. Where, like, we'd go in and we'd check people and immediately find that as soon as they won a Pollux, they got fired. Ah, well. Unfortunate, but maybe we'll reshuffle our writers again later down the line and he might get picked back up whenever we actually finish this. Hold on. Hold on. Didn't we already do this challenge? 5 artistic actors. If we go to released films, To Serve Your Nation, Howard. Oh, wait, what? Was it not that one? Is it the second line? I'm gonna go and double check, scroll back through, because I felt like, was it Skywalk City? No, it can't be that one. Or actually, it could be. I don't know. I'm going to go... Well, actually, we can check artistic status here. Alfred. The Squire's Tale. Which is literally coming out. That's what it was. Squire's Tale. We click on this. We go... Yeah. Wilson Gray. You're an artist. Alfred Connor. You're a true artist. Wilson, what kind of artist are you? Commanding presence. Alma. Promising talent. Genevieve. Commanding presence. Franklin. Promising talent. Okay. Okay. I was worried there for a moment because this game, you've seen the bugs, you've been there with me. I like it. I really like this game. It's going to be great when they finish it. In the meantime, we're going to keep playing, though. And if you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time where we'll continue playing Hollywood Animal.